to the channel, and we're going to play another one of our alternate courses, and this one is the Phoenix Club LA by bauer1993. Now, if I remember rightly, he had a course in the stadium contest. I want to say it was one that Daria and I both liked. There were just some key things that needed addressing, like scaling was off, crowds were too close. It was the Toronto one. Well, obviously they were all Toronto. Was it Rose something? Rosedale National, that was the one. And there was a lot of good that we really enjoyed. It was just like some basic things with feedback in a nice way, like the stuff that you don't realize until you have a course, get a playthrough and get critiqued. So really intrigued to see where we've gone from with this. We're going to go west. Yeah, sure. And let's play pin 4. Why not? Now, what does he say about this? George Thomas sort of design. Okay, while I'm reading, we will just hit the load course button. So, George Thomas design features of a Baranka, rocky canyons, undulating greens, flashy bunkering, alternate greens. Okay, drivable par 4s. Okay, we've taken some chances again, it seems like. So, I am very much all for that. Okay, let's leap up into the sky and see what we have. All right, well, we definitely have a Baranka. We have some interesting bunkering. We have that rocky kind of bit in the middle. Oh, we have some interesting stuff. I like that you've not gone to ocean, but that's just there. Definitely hits that kind of California vibe with the texturing. I think it looks like you've done some really good stuff with the surface weathering and what you've chosen here. There are a lot of bridges. What have we done down here? Okay. Certainly looks a lot better up close than it did from the sky. It doesn't look so good from here. Okay. We're going to just go ahead and play it and see what we have. Now, I like the wide fairway. That gives us some... This house is maybe a little bit close, I would say. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we're starting off with par 5 and like really bold terrain of lots of land movement going way downhill. Okay, so we can... I think we just put it that side of the bunker and just let it feed on down, right? And one thing I imagine you'd have found when you started doing this, because like you can see it a bit here. We can't see that Baranka because of how you've sculpted it in order to get it there. You will get better with this with practice, but sculpting with big elevation is really tough. And just requires a lot of getting used to. Definitely got the scale of the bunkering right. And we're going to find one. I think it is. It is highlighting, certainly. And yeah, kind of as Eric is alluding to, I think the lighting is something that is quite bright, and I would probably... You can show your course up a little bit better. Still, good first hole. One other thing I would say Oh, well, no, we're going to hold that thought until we get a little closer. That's a nice camera. I normally also don't really like palm trees. I feel like these are working pretty nicely. Like, very open. Yeah, okay, I can say my comment in a minute. Interesting. It's certainly bold green. The lighting being this high does just kind of wash out a lot of the contours. I would love to see what it looks like in, say, put it on dusk or dawn and see how it goes. Right. So the main thing I would say with the Baranka is, like, it exists. The planting there, again, exists, but it's also kind of uniform in width than length. It's not really so they tend to be kind of a bit narrower, or at least narrow in spots. Like look at LACC and how some of those holes are tucked right up against it, and it gets really narrow. Like I think of 7 green really tucked into part of it. Like it gets really wide in spots. So like 10, I think in 10 or 9 the par 3, but it's not this uniform width the whole way. And then within it, it's this really verdant, interesting planting. And this is kind of just one tone. Like it's working, it's fine, but I think it could be a lot. It could be just so much more. Um, yeah. Oh, we're going behind the Riviera tree. No, we're not. That said, it has provided an interesting feature that so far is working. Damn, nearly got it. Still, we make her up and down. And what I do like is you can like the George Thomas inspiration is like really here. But yeah, my god, this hole is bright. Yeah, I would certainly sort the lighting. I'm actually really interested. Like after this is done, we're gonna leap on and just load up with some different lighting settings. I really like the par 3 and the bunkering. Again, I think you will just this will be a course you come back to, and you look at these bunkers and learn how to do them better. And like, yeah, ugh. I think it would also do your bunkers the world of good visually. But yeah, this is such a step up from Rosedale, which is really good to see. See, those bunkers are cool. Again, I think you will learn to do the sculpting a little bit better. Oh, okay, we had a joint fairway here on, so we're playing up on the first again now. Interesting. Get out of the bunker. Not. I think so, Eric. I think so. Lighting's a really tricky one, though, isn't it? Because we obviously all play the game on our settings, and you kind of become accustomed to whatever those are. I don't have my brightness all that high for mine, just because it gives me, like, frankly, gives me headaches if I do. But I know a lot of guys will design at max brightness, and so I don't know how they see my courses. Kind of just decided a long time ago what I deemed okay. And we've gone with that. Oh, that was a decent putt. That's a challenging hole. Another par 4. Yeah, I think this is close. Like the Baranka, if it were narrower and just a bit more like, interestingly planted, would be really cool. But this is awesome. Like, I also love that you have put all of this like as just rough, and the rough texture you've gone with is perfect. The fairway texture you've gone with is perfect. This texture is perfect. Like the vibe is great. Really good green, just front to back. There's a load to like here. There we go. Finally hit a decent tee shot. Oh, stop it, Eric. Don't fish for compliments. Oh, we get to play one of my favourite shots, I think. Maybe we do. Push this further, not really. Pitching wedge, they used to. So way back when we had our very early beta version, whatever. It used to be that the pitching wedge spinner went like 100 yards, and you can hit this awesome like tiny knockdown where it just rocketed through and would do 2 hops and then stop. It's still there. It's just lovely. But it used to feel way more skillful because you had to hit a proper partial. I was worried about this hole. I saw it on the flyover. This is the one that you want to blow up. Because the course doesn't need this, and nowhere else are there any rocks. And you've been doing such really good things, and you've got a road going both sides of it, and it just... Yeah, this is the idea you didn't need to have. And the moment I think an hole just feels totally different to anything else on the plot, you've got to lose it. And actually, the hole itself and the green I really like. Yeah. There is some stuff to like. The green is great. Yeah. You've taken a lot of big, but like you've taken big swings elsewhere and hit on them. Like this, you have to accept that some of them we don't. And genuinely, had those just been hills rather than rocks, I would have been completely fine with it. I still think the valley thing wouldn't quite worked, but it would have been better. It just doesn't. The quarry doesn't really fit when it's totally localized. Yes, it's 100% worth getting. Oh, okay. Somewhere, Tex's ears just perked up. He saw something. Where even was that? I'm very confused. This par 3 has some scaling issues. We're a little big for the slopes we've got on here. Yeah, Brooks, when you max out the green reader, it basically, you will see the greens in kind of two... Respawn and I were checking it before the game launched, and it's like 2.5 times more detailed. Or more grid squares. Right? It's really useful if you're a designer. Oh. Slow down ball. That really flew. Oh. Couldn't get it anywhere near there. Yeah, I mean, my putting is still pretty dreadful. This is a really cool hole. And this is one of the split green ones, I reckon. So we've got one there and one up there. So like for the big miss on one of the previous holes, this one's a hit. The split greens work nicely. I probably prefer the green on the right, but this one's kind of cool as well. I think this one could have just used a bunker somewhere on this side as well. Maybe like down here. I maintain though, this is such a huge step up on the stadium course. Oh dear God, this green is massive though. I thought the green was just small. Yeah. This green needs to be like, if you're doing a split green as well, you want kind of typically 2 smaller ones. Something there would have been all you needed. You don't need all of this, and certainly don't need this bit back here. And I think that's part of like what we're seeing with the rocky bit and this section of the green. Like part of your editing is learning when not to do things, and like when simple is good enough. Because you can't have all of the ideas on one course. Oh. You start Ducker by highlighting everything and deleting it. That was disappointing. Okay. Okay, so we have the big rocks again, but they're again kind of localized. Like they're literally just around this tee box. So that's another sign, like when you're only putting them in one spot and it's not like a cohesive area of the plot, it's kind of a sign that they're not meant to be there. Big old clubhouse. Oh, hit a draw. Not a shot we play. Or at least not a shot this guy plays. Turn in. I think Baranka and rocks aside, I am enjoying the environment a lot. Like, oh my... Tex. He's done proper one-ups on Tex with these. Yeah, 2 to 3. Like, you just want each hole to have... See, this is a cool, like... You can see the nod to Riviera. Like, research has happened. This is fun. The green is really interesting. Does some cool stuff. The bunkering here is good. Yeah, I like this one a lot. But yeah, the moment you're... Like, whenever you are chucking a new idea at a hole, you got to think whether it fits with not just the rest of the hole, but the rest of the others on the course. Spinner time. Oh no, get over that. That's fine. We're okay. I mean, I think it's given him a ton of ideas for his course. Oh, here we go again. Why none of the cameras of the golf holes? I do appreciate the off-course work, but... Oh, hello. I don't see any chance of me holding this green, but it's a cool sideline. Let's go for it. Why not? I just think this is one of those holes where if I'm long of the green, that's not the worst place to be. Oh, it did hold it. Well, that is pure luck / generous sculpting. Ah. That's a really interesting one, because looking at this, I would not have expected those slopes to do that. I wouldn't have thought there was enough red on it. That's cool. Yeah. Well, that was fun. Huh. Just a fun shot. Like, is it the best defended golf hole? No, but it doesn't always need to be. It's enjoyable. You have also done this green basically on the par 3 8th. It just happened to be a green in the middle. This is another one where I think we needed a different idea. This is the Victory Lane Gooder template, I think. The sunglasses. Is it a Taco Bell? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Coffee House, it says. Oh, what a terrible swing. We have a putt at it, though. Not only that. That's why we get the Green Reader tab. The Green Reader guy. Can't hit the green for shit. When he does, though, nice to be able to putt. 0. Did it show? I think we do have a slight problem in that short. Like, this runs out of fairway short. Because I know people are always hitting driver, but you still have to design as if they might not be. Get up. Oh, man. Oh, hey, Jamie. pretty good draw for my guy. Like, the bunkers are really interesting. I am glad that you've gone big and bold with these. And it is certainly like George Thomas would do this kind of, frankly, mad stuff. Just think the scaling is a little off in places, but it's not the worst crime. Just the conversation I was looking for. Another bridge for Tex. Like, the big views into the background, seeing the other holes is really cool. Yeah, so again, like, I'll zoom out this way. The issue is because this is so low compared to here, and you're trying to make the edge of the fairway flat, it just gets impossible to create the sideline where you'd want it. I'll keep trying to talk about the course, despite what the people in chat are enjoying. Okay, we did see, even here we're really up close and we still don't quite get all of Baranka to want it. It's partly because of the depth. I like the simplicity of the green though. Again, maybe a touch on the big side. Where are we going here? Back a little? Ah, missed. In fairness, you have brought in the rocks a little bit more. They're just still kind of scattered around the course a bit. So is this one potentially drivable as well? Presume. Just not by me. And yeah, I probably still would hit driver here because I've got that big backstop. I'm never going to make it. I don't think rough here is that bad of an option. That, I hope, will come back down. Yeah, Matty sort of thing. I like it. I probably would have liked it to be maybe a little bit... I don't know. I don't know what I'd have liked it to have done. I feel like the way I played it shouldn't have been... and I wouldn't have done that had you cut the Baranka in right here. So I think that's probably what I'd have done. Again, the Baranka is just kind of... It is straight lines. It's not really very random. For some reason, you just didn't start putting there. $315. Somehow 5 under. Oh yeah, because we got lucky with that. This just feels, yeah, I mean, this does kind of feel like it's always a par 3 because there's no real defense around the green, in spite of being a par 4. I wonder whether this was a publish error. I don't think it was, but it could have been. Look at the quad perfects. And they haven't helped because now I can't blame that miss on anything else. I'll take that. From there, I'm quite happy with that. Then that happens. As a disappointing 3-shot par. Yeah, that one's a bit of a miss. It just feels like a very long par 3. And I know there shouldn't be a difference, but par 3 for me is one that you're expected to hit to the green to in one, and a par 3 is one where you could par 4 is Like there's strategy and layout options and all that, and I don't think there really was on that one. This is a better, like, there's still some issues with this one, but this is a better version of that quarry hole. Like, where you've done the hillsides, this is what we should have done on the other one. You think it was a published area? I kind of think it was too. And based on that, I just think it was probably a bit too long. And if we go to driver being the default club off the tee, then it's often just a bit silly. I love this, though. Like, no bunkers, just fairway, land movement here. This is a great hole. Like, there's some stuff I would have probably mounded this bit up a little bit more, because why are we having fairway here and not here? Like, make a hill out of it. But approach shot's great. Not going to quite get there. It's interesting, though. Let's try the spinner again. That went so low. Oh, thing of beauty. Love that. Yes, we will do that immediately afterwards, Matty, because I think the lighting could have benefited it so much. See, this is, because you can't really even see that this slope exists, and it's so extreme. Cool 18th, though. Right. We'll look. We'll do some scheduling stuff. I don't think I can reach this. Oh, came quite close though. Why is it? How have you managed to get the heavy rough to roll that much? That's awesome. Because it's kind of the dirt stuff. Oh, that's good to know. Go, 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 go. Yes. And the last green's a really good one. Like, that skin, it gets a little bit bulbous. I don't know. Do we think it's an interesting shape? Hey, there we go. Right. We took a lot of chances with that, and there are far more hits than misses. And most excitingly, like, all the feedback you got on Rosedale, like, that's taken all of that and is way better. There is still some stuff to sort. So like, I think you will see the Baranka stuff, and like those comments will make sense. Just go and measure. Use Google Earth, measure like the ones on LACC or Riv, and see the spacing and where they get wide, where they get small. It could. It's not. It's no crankshaft. I think you took a ton of risks with the hole designs. Green sizing is one thing I would really look at, because occasionally that just got way off, particularly with that split fairway par 4. I want to say it's 8, maybe. The split of green, sorry. And yes, lighting did not help you in the slightest. But it's a load of fun to play, and I really applaud you for going this sort of route, taking a load of chances. Also, not doing the usual sort of Thomas planting and going with loads of palm trees and openness. Like, that was really cool. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you for the publish, and like, we will have a few more soon, I'm sure. I've got probably about 40 minutes before bed, so I'm going to hop on and do some designing now. And we're going to check this out first in any other lighting and see how it looks. So yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for popping on in. I haven't uploaded